Assalamualaikum and a very good morning everyone. How are you students? I hope you are fine and ready for today's lesson. As for today, we will look at chapter 8 titled Image. Please be prepared with your book and turn to page 111. Before we proceed with our lesson, let's look at the content standard for today. Main skill, reading 3.1. Understand a variety of text by using a range of appropriate reading strategies to construct meaning. Complementary skill, listening 1.1. Understand meaning in a variety of familiar contexts. Before we go deeper to our today's topic, let's have some ideas on what the optical illusions are. Let's watch this video together.
The pink straw on the left looks much smaller than the one on the right. In reality, they're exactly the same size. Take a look at this drawing and see if you can count the number of grey dots. As you try to focus on the grey dots, they'll vanish right in front of your eyes. Ask someone to put their hands together and then extend their two first fingers. Have them keep their first fingers around about an inch apart. Now gently circle around their fingers, asking them to imagine a loop of thread becoming tighter and tighter. Amazingly, their fingers will drift together. The lines in this grid are parallel to one another. However, if you move some of the rows to the side, the lines suddenly seem to slant up and down. In reality, they're still exactly parallel. The red shape and the black shape look completely different. They're exactly the same size. Ask someone to hold their hand against yours, and then using the thumb and first finger of their other hand to stroke the two first fingers. They will feel as if their first finger is completely numb. Take a look at this drawing. It appears to be a rabbit looking to your right or a duck looking to the left. It will keep flipping between the rabbit and the duck as your brain tries to figure out what's going on. Take a look at the two squares that the black arrowheads are pointing to. The top square looks much darker than the lower one. This illusion is created by the areas surrounding each square. This is simply a piece of paper with two holes cut out, but it allows us to mask off the surroundings. And suddenly you can see that the squares are indeed identical. The piece of paper marked A looks much bigger than the piece of paper marked B. However, put B below A and now B looks larger. Amazingly, in reality they're exactly the same size. Now stare at the centre of the spiral. Don't take your eyes off the centre of the spiral. Keep on staring at the spiral. Keep staring at the centre of the spiral. And now look at the back of your hand.
Now, still on page 111, let's discuss on these questions. Do you think style and the way you look are important? Why? And why not? How important is art in our world today? And do you notice anything strange about the images on this page? Which words from the box would you use to describe them? Let's turn to page 112 for the reading activity.
Module 8. Image. 8A. Read.
B. Can you guess what photo manipulation is? Read the text quickly without paying attention to the missing sentences and check your answers. Don't believe everything you see. It is well known that most photographs of models and celebrities are an unrealistic portrayal of beauty. This is because many of the images have been edited using digital manipulation. Using computer software like Photoshop is so common that the word Photoshop has even entered dictionaries as a verb. The pressure to conform to what the media shows to be beautiful influences people's psychology negatively. You may think that the manipulation of photographs all began with the development of computer software, but photo manipulation is almost as old as photography itself. What you are actually seeing is a photo of the politician John Calhoun with the president's head stuck on it. These early photos were usually changed using ink, paint and airbrushes. But when photo editing software was invented, photo manipulation really took off. Recent developments have even made it possible to digitally edit moving pictures, making actors in a scene thinner, taller, fatter or smaller. Obviously, making people look slimmer by 10 kilos or making their eyes bigger to improve their looks is bending the truth too much. But how about changing the background to suit the colour of a dress? Or changing the colour of a model's eyes or hair? Is this acceptable? What about making a model's skin slightly smoother? The point is that everyone has their own opinion about when photo manipulation gets out of hand. It is important to understand the effect photo manipulation has on people, especially young people. It's harmless enough when girls have their hair cut like a famous actress, but having plastic surgery to change the shape of their nose or to make their lips bigger is more serious. The results are permanent and health risks are high. In some countries, a shocking 50% of girls from 16 to 21 have considered having plastic surgery to become better looking. However, these girls don't realise that they want to look like someone that isn't actually real. Some celebrities have started to rebel against photoshopping and have posted pictures of themselves on the internet so that people can see how much digital manipulation of photography is happening in the media. In the UK, the British Girl Guide Association has asked for all photoshopped images to be clearly labelled. Perhaps this way they will realise how fake the media's idea of beauty and perfection is and appreciate more genuine qualities in themselves.
Exercise C, page 113. Read the text again. Complete the gaps 1 to 6 with the sentences A to G below. There is one extra sentence which you do not need to use. Exercise D, page 113. Match the highlighted words or phrases in the text with their meanings. There are two extra meanings which you do not need to use. Listening activity, page 115.
Listen. Listen to 5 people talking about clothes and appearance and match the speakers 1 to 5 with the statements A to F. There is one extra statement which you do not need to use. Speaker 1.
2 weeks ago, I went shopping with my sister. She wanted to buy a pair of jeans and I needed a new dress for the end of school party. I usually borrow something from her, but this year I really wanted to make a fashion statement. We spent ages looking around until we settled on 2 dresses, a black one and a red one. My sister was insisting that I buy the red one, but I wasn't so sure. Anyway, luckily for me, I chose the black one, because at the party there were about 6 girls all wearing the same red dress. They felt silly, and I looked great.
Speaker 2.
I was out clothes shopping with my brother last Saturday. when he suddenly decided his hair was too long. So, we popped into a hairdresser's and he got the shortest haircut you have ever seen. Something close to a buzz cut. But to be honest, he looked pretty cool. Then I had a flash of madness and wanted to do the same. But just at the last minute, I changed my mind. I think you need to be really slim to look good with that kind of haircut. Anyway, when we got home, my brother had to listen to a whole evening of my parents shouting at him about how silly he was to get such a short haircut. Thankfully, it was only him they were shouting at.
Speaker 3.
I'd sort of realised I had a problem a few months ago. I bought a pair of jeans, but I had to buy them a size bigger than usual because they didn't fit. Then, a few weeks later, I tried the same jeans on and they were really tight again. There was only one answer for it. I stopped eating cakes and sweets and drinking all those soft drinks which are full of sugar. I even started using my brother's treadmill. Within a few weeks, I could easily fit into those jeans, but I didn't stop there. I lost lots of weight, and now I look and feel like a new person. I recommend it to everyone.
Speaker 4. I like to keep up with the trends, and some people say I'm a fashion victim. I change my hairstyle a lot, and if something isn't in fashion, I never wear it. My mum shouts at me because I spend all my money on clothes, but that's what I'm passionate about. What can I do? The only time I did go a bit too far was when I saw my favourite pop star wearing a blue outfit. She looked so cool. So, the next day I went shopping and got loads of items that were blue. I have to admit that it was a bit silly because most of the things stayed in my wardrobe, never to see the light of day. Speaker 5.
I've never been interested in fashion. I usually wear casual clothes, tracksuits, t-shirts, that sort of thing. And just because there was a school party coming up, why should I change? But my friend is the opposite of me, and he suggested I improve my image, just for one evening. I tried to argue with him, but it was hopeless. In the end, he offered to lend me one of his trendy shirts, so I accepted. I had a really great time at the party, but I don't think it had anything to do with the shirt. My friend rang me up a month later and told me to keep the shirt, since I liked it so much. But in reality, I'd forgotten all about it. It was under a pile of clothes in my room somewhere.
For today, vocabulary page 114 and 116. We have come to the end of our lesson for today. I hope that you can complete all the exercises that we have discussed in the class and do your homework mentioned just now. Till then, take care everyone.